Welcome back to Sailing Catalpa.
This journey starts at one of our favourite anchorages, V Cove.
Well, sometimes when you are remote, you are isolated and you're away from medical attention. And if anyone knows what tetrodotoxin is, it is a venom that a pufferfish has. You can see all the little prick marks there.
We asked ChatGPT and it's like, take them to medical attention straight away because that toxin that Lee was talking about is deadly.
We're an Australian family that set off on an adventure of a lifetime. We hope these little videos make you smile and inspire you to chase your dreams. Subscribe to join us and our travels as we share our life on the sea.
The first thing we do when we find flat, clear water, pump up our sup boards, hang up the lira, and test out the newest addition to Catalpa 2, a sun chill. We spent a few days here soaking up the sun, unwinding in our little slice of paradise. Even though it looks warm, the water was surprisingly cold. To be honest, when we were here in June and July, the water was much warmer, clearer, and teeming with marine life.
So just pull an anchor from V Cove. We had a stern anchor out and it came up a lot easier this time than last time we were here. Lee just pulled it up with a paddleboard.
We didn't have much wind on it. Last time we had 2 boats and wind stopping us from blowing into the wall. I just put it up this time because I thought if it gets windy in the night, at least I'm not going to be in the wall and I can just dump it and drive out, come and get it later with Taj, but we didn't have to do that. Just a precautionary thing.
Anyway, we're going to move on today. You're pulling the rod in 5 nautical miles out from our anchorage. Why's that? There you go, Caps.
Thank you, darling. Look at that thing, hey? You're going to think we're just at a restaurant.
There's no fish and we're running low on our meat, but we've still got some meat. Lucky. Where's the fish, honey?
I haven't caught a fish since I can remember.
From there, we sailed to another incredible anchorage home to remnants of an abandoned salt mine. Once a thriving industry in the early 20th century, the island's salt production has long since faded, leaving behind weathered buildings and rusting machinery. Silent echoes of the past. but we didn't get to explore much. Bella had a bit of an unlucky moment stepping back onto a pufferfish while we were walking on the beach.
This is why I work out, so I can carry my baby if she's injured.
Just look at that foot, Bella. Bloody pufferfish. Well, sometimes when you are remote, you are isolated and you're away from medical attention. In this case, Bella has stood on a pufferfish. And if anyone knows what tetrodotoxin is, it is a venom that a pufferfish has. Super hot water and soap in there. Then we'll be using some antiseptic cream. What else we're going to do, darling?
That's it, we're just making sure it's clean. Like a stingray, you put it in your foot or wherever you got stung in the hottest water possible. And we've Googled it, it scared us a little bit because the first thing that we asked ChatGPT and it's like, take them to medical attention straight away because that toxin that Lee was talking about is deadly. And
it's one of the deadliest toxins known to man.
For me, initially I was like, the fish was clearly dead for a long time. It's been on the beach for a very long time.
You can see all the little prick marks there.
Is this okay? I mean, there's lots of dead pufferfish on the beach. I've seen them a lot. I don't think anyone of us have stood on them before, but they're definitely there. And yeah, if this ever happens to you, don't Google it because it scares the shit out of you. I was a little bit panicked for a moment, but I think my intuition, my initial thought is it's dried out, so it's got toxin in it. You'd have to be super unlucky. And the other thing I just read was if you have been poisoned by this toxin, you have minutes to live. So this happened probably half an hour ago. So
just a diluted dosage, which could take a little bit longer.
No, should be fine. But we'll put our trusty old antibiotic cream on. Bactroban, put it on everything, fixes everything. So that's what we're gonna do.
You know what hurts more?
So Bella's also been stung by a lionfish.
But that was alive.
And apparently they're really painful. But she just kind of suffered and endured it and they were on like this big jumpy slide thing in the water and Bella's like, oh, I don't want to bother anyone, so she just...
Well, we'll see if she's around on the next episode, guys. Until then, stay tuned and we'll see you on the next one.
How's your foot from yesterday?
It's alright. It's like a bit sore. It just feels like a bruise.
She's still alive. We got a little worried Googling it yesterday. There were some concerns. But they're really big spines, so it definitely is sore. But I think she's going to live.
I survived.
Bella's editing her first video for the year. So go and subscribe. I know people, last time I said this, they're like, but she hasn't posted. Well, she's about to, okay? So go and subscribe to Bella Rice's channel and watch her videos.
Or don't.
Alright, so we just pulled anchor from the last anchorage on Isla del Carmen. And we're heading south. We've got wind today, and there's not wind for a little while, so we're actually going to try and go about 95 nautical miles to our next favourite island, Espiritu Santos. Hopefully the water is still clear down there. We've kind of not been disappointed, but the water is definitely not as clear as last time we were here and coming through this area. So it was a bit of a bummer because there's a wreck where we are. We would have liked to have dived it, but the water was really murky, and we'll see. Hopefully those islands are still crystal clear at this time of the year. But we've got light winds. We've got about 10 knots of wind from behind for most of the day, I think. So see how we go. We've got our head sail out, we've got our mizzen out, and there's so many stars in the sky. It's so beautiful. Hopefully, good day of sailing ahead. So we left Carmen Island. We were hoping to get down here today, but we will have to see. Not going very fast, so we might not get there today. Where's the wind, baby?
In my behind.
It's supposed to be wind today.
Yeah.
No
Meant
wind.
to be. We started off. It was like at like 5 o'clock this morning. It was like, I don't know, 8 to 10 knots, and I was like, all right, time to go. We get out here, and then we're lucky to see 4 knots.
Right, so we've been motoring. We sailed for about 2 hours maybe this morning, and then the wind dropped out, and we've been motoring for maybe 4 or 5 hours, and now the wind is picking up a little bit. So we just turned the engine off and we're sailing again. Not sure if we're going to get all the way down to Espiritu Santos, but it's about 12:30 and we're still a fair way away. But it's very calm out here, it's very lovely. Just going to make some lunch and see what the captain's doing. We're just going to drift out here, babe? Just let the wind take us?
That sounds like a plan.
Sounds lovely. It's actually a little bit warmer. We were sitting on the deck earlier and the sun is warm. Supposed to pick up like now. I just looked on the weather. Oh, that's definitely picked up just now.
Yeah.
There's wind.
So we got a little bit of wind.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Maybe put the main up and keep going. Or...
So we started off here and we were trying to get down to here, but you know, we may get to here or we can stop over here somewhere. We'll see. There is wind. There's wind, baby! Feeling your hair? Oh, your hair's flying in the wind.
Oh, I haven't felt that for a while. Gotta be careful.
Everyone is mentioning how they love your luscious locks and how wonderful you look, darling.
Oh.
Hey, what do you reckon about that? It's about 10 years off you.
Trying to make a silk purse out of a sow's ear, but yeah.
Oh, you like a fine wine, baby.
Is this just a little wind tease?
Well, we've got about 6 hours until dark. So if we went 6 knots, that's 36 nautical miles. What's in 36 nautical miles? You can anchor on the outside of San Francisco too. 40? Well, we could definitely get there if we went 8 knots. Moritai's been all tuckered out. He's been walking around the deck all morning. And the captain has done a little bit of meal prep for me. And now he's expecting me to make something out of this. Which I think he's hinting for some fried rice, maybe?
Alright, let's get this main up if we're gonna do it. Otherwise there's no wind. And then we go for it. Otherwise we pull into the anchorage. You make a decision now.
Alright, let's put the main up. Let's do it. How's the sails looking, honey?
Yeah. Looking alright.
Got them set right?
Don't know, all these years I still don't know what I'm doing.
Well, the sun is going down and we are about 30 nautical miles from where we're going to stop. We could stop somewhere that's a little bit closer, but we haven't. We have been there before. We do have a track, but it's a little bit dodgier than the next one. So we have a track to the next one because we've been there before. It's actually another favourite place of ours. Really hoping that the water's clear in there because the water's really dirty. Sun's going down, we've still got 30 nautical miles, so we'll probably be arriving around 11, 12 tonight. We've got about 10 knots behind us now though, so we're sailing again. We have motored on and off, but it hasn't been a bad sail.
used a little bit more diesel than we'd liked. Another beautiful day on the water, and I'm going to go make dinner and we'll prepare the boat for a little bit of a evening sail.
Looks like a little twilight sail, darling.
They didn't quite get far enough, honey. There wasn't as much wind as the weather said.
You can... Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they say 15 knots and it's 30, and then sometimes they say 15 knots and it's 5.
Any moon out yet, baby?
Don't know, darling.
There should be a bit of moon tonight. It's not a full moon.
I thought you said blue moon.
Yeah, why is yours a blue moon?
No, we've had a good run. We definitely didn't have the fuel to motor the whole way, so we've needed to sail.
So we woke up to this beautiful anchorage this morning. We got in last night about midnight, and we're coming in here and we're shining the torch and the light because last time we were here it was absolutely magical. The water was blue and pristine, and we're coming in last night and we thought, we'll put the underwater lights on. And we're so devastated because the water was so green, it was so murky. And then we woke up this morning, I'm like, oh, maybe it was just, I don't know, nighttime. And woke up this morning and we came outside and it was so green. And we were so sad because this is like one of the most, we've been looking forward to this place, and we kind of rushed down to get here so we could just hang here for a little bit. And it was so murky this morning. But as the day's gone on, the water has just got clearer and clearer and clearer. It's not as clear as last time, but it's still pretty beautiful. And I'm so happy because we were like so devastated that it wasn't clear. Because we love clear water, if you know anything about us. We love anchorage with clear water. It's like one of the things that makes us want to stay. Or Espiritu Santos, and it's not very far from La Paz. Pretty much at the bottom of the Sea Cortez now. I think this is where we are going to go from here across to the mainland Mexico. Not sure when we're going yet because our friends are bringing us some stuff from Puerto Penasco. We did a few orders before because our friends were coming this way and we're like, you know what, I wonder if they would mind bringing us some stuff. And they're going to, so that's great. So I'm not sure if we're going to hang here, wait here, or we will wait down on the other side because I think their plan now is to come to Puerto Vallarta as well, so.
The wind is blowing so hard, this is a joke. Espiritu Santo, one of the most breathtaking islands in the Sea Cortez. This bay had a short hike leading to an unexpected oasis, a freshwater well surrounded by lush green trees in the middle of this dry, rugged landscape. It was surreal to find a little pocket of life thriving in the desert. The well has likely sustained travelers and fishermen for generations, but today the water was running low, serving mostly as a watering hole for bees. best thing about this place, just slowing down and soaking it all in.
So we've had a lovely few days out here, just kind of really enjoying being back on anchor, and we've run out of food again. Well, in particularly eggs and vegetables and fruit, which is usually the thing that we run out of first. But we're going to head into shore, back to La Paz, or we haven't been there yet, we're going to go to La Paz and get some more food. So when we're out here and we need some groceries, it's not just a matter of jumping in the car or jumping even in the dinghy. We've got to move our boat and head to town and find, oh, little Ray just jumped out, and find a supermarket. So we will go in there today. But first, Lee's going to hang up my yoga hammock and I'm going to have a go of it for the first time. Someone bought this off our wish list a very long time ago, I think when we were in San Diego, and I haven't used it yet, and I'm very excited. So it's going to hang up and I'm going to have a little stretch and then we'll head off.
You could probably hold that for me.
Okay, well, we're putting this on for the first time. We haven't done this before, but it looks pretty simple setup. A lot of people ask how we do this, so that's why I'm going to show you, even though it's the first time I'm doing this one. But we hang our lira off of our boom, we hang our other silks off the boom.
Well, this one here, you can set it up like this. You can set it up as a choker, or if you are on a thinner beam, like it was my hand, you have an option to clip in at any point you want. But we've got a big boom to go around, so we might just put a choker on it. Like that, so it doesn't slide around. Choke that one.
I'm super trusting of Lee, and he hung up my lira the other day and just tied a rope around it. We thought that's what he used to do, and he hadn't done it for a long time, and I got on there and I was like playing around, and then all of a sudden he goes, I think you're about to fall in the water. The rope was slowly undoing. Oh. Alright, there we go. Well, there we have it. That's how you put it on your boom. Aerial yoga silk, or a silk hammock, or a yoga hammock, whatever you'd like to call it.
Really nice thing about a yoga hammock or like this is you don't have to be flexible. You don't have to be talented at all. You can just hang off it, and it's a really nice way to stretch out your spine and gain some flexibility. Lee has been on here and he's capable, so pretty much anyone could definitely benefit from having a yoga hammock to hang from. It is very nice to stretch out your back.
This is how Lee uses it. He's just having a little nap in there. Is it nice, honey? This is Shavasana, this is dead man's pose. He likes to do it in the water.
I love Savasana. After a nice workout like this, you really appreciate it.
Alright, we're leaving this beautiful place.
Valerie, could you pause my podcast?
We will be back. Alright, Ty. What you doing? We're heading to La Paz today. So we're just sailing along nicely. I think we're going about 5 knots. Just some light winds blowing us to La Paz. I think we're about 5 nautical miles away. But just having a lovely little sail in. It's a bit cold and overcast, the sun's not out. Perfect little sail.
We got the rod out. We have had no luck this time coming down the Sea of Cortez. We've got no fish off the lines, and yeah, it's a bit of a bummer because coming up the Sea of Cortez we've got so many fish. It's a light, but well, no fish for dinner unless we catch one. We're still not there. We've got 5 nautical miles to go. So come on fishies. And I must say, we are so stoked with our radar. To have working radar is unbelievable, and just this head unit. So thank you to the crew that gave us that. You guys are amazing. We really, really, really appreciate it.
Heading towards La Paz, we made a quick stop at the fuel dock to top up our diesel, then continued on searching for the perfect anchorage before sunset.
We can use the generator again. So we were making water the other day, and we just were doing washing, water, do everything when we turn the generator on. And then it cut out. The fuel intake sits about that much higher than the engine intake. So obviously it cuts your generator out, so it makes sure there's enough diesel to get to port.
Well, that's the end of that episode. Thank you so much for watching, and join us next week as we celebrate Taj's birthday. Finally get some waves. We are in La Paz for Carnival, and Morotai has a life-threatening swim.
As long as I put the water, so